Welcome to my presentation. Presentation today is going to be on the HopeStreet Pet Clinic. I am a community development coordinator at a community centre called HopeStreet in the inner Sydney area of Woolloomooloo. This area faces quite a bit of marginalisation and disadvantage. It's a historical area just down the road from King's Cross, with plenty of stories to be told. And through our organisation, we run community programs at a discounted and low cost, sometimes free. One of our free programs is the HopeStreet Pet Clinic, which I'll be presenting today. Before I start, I just wanted to start with an acknowledgement of country. I wanted to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that I'm presenting on in Woolloomooloo, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. I acknowledge the dedication and contribution to this area and through the community who we support at HopeStreet. I acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded in this land, and it always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Just a little introduction to HopeStreet and what we do here. It is a very unique place. It's a very unique area. We work just in the guts of the city. We deal and support a lot of people that are either living in social housing, homeless, experiencing domestic violence, refugees and asylum seekers, and plenty of diversity and stories in this area. We are a small grassroots community centre in Woolloomooloo, where our community members face marginalisation such as poverty, domestic violence, single parents, things like that. The care that we give out at HopeStreet includes casework, counselling, clinical support and community programs and events. One of the free programs that we run monthly and are also supported by the University of Sydney Veterinary Teaching Hospital, who we could not do any of this without, is the Pet Clinic. The Sydney University Veterinary Teaching Hospital is supporting us alongside donations from Pet Barn and philanthropy from Pet Barn to serve as disadvantaged Sydneysiders who live in the Woolloomooloo area by offering them access and accessibility to non-clinical veterinary support for their animals. This can be a homeless person's animal, a family animal, single person's animal, and due to the marginalisation that these people face, many residents in Woolloomooloo are unable to fund treatments necessary for supporting their animals. Accessible vet care for marginalised communities is really important. A lot of the people that live in the Woolloomooloo area do live alone. Some of them are elderly, some of them are disabled. These animals are very much their lifeline. So the Pet Clinic, which is supported by the Sydney Veterinary Teaching Hospital, is dedicated to providing a monthly free accessible vet service for marginalised community members and the homeless out of our community centre. The vet provides support to locals who are living on the margins with non-clinical vet care, such as vaccinations, microchipping, nail cutting and general health checks. We then, if necessary, refer animals on for clinical support at the University Teaching Hospital at a discounted or waived cost. The services that the clinic provide on site at HopeStreet can save the community upwards of $400 per visit. For context, the closest vet to us is up a very steep hill. It's very difficult to get there. It's in a very overwhelming and popular environment. And a lot of the people that are living on the margins here simply cannot either get up there or can afford it. So we support those individuals. The HopeStreet Pet Clinic has supported upwards of 60 families in Woolloomooloo or 60 individuals in Woolloomooloo over the period of 8 years of the program. We hold it in the back of our op shop. It's a area, mostly the storage area. We sanitize everything and the vets come in once a month with all of their goodies and support the animals on site. The Pets of Woolloomooloo. An example of the support that we and the University Teaching Hospital have supported, an example of the providing accessible servicing and support for families include a young family who own a very excited and strong bull mastiff. myself and the other community coordinator run a youth centre in the area, and it was actually the mother of one of the young kids. She came and picked up her son from the youth centre one day, and she had the dog on the leash. She was pretty heavily pregnant, and we, started in a yarn, started in a bit of rapport building, and mum just shared the struggles that she was facing with knowing that she was going to give birth to her second child while also taming this massive bull mastiff. So we had a conversation about that. We then put her on the list for the pet clinic, which I coordinate monthly. And from the initial visits, between that time, that conversation, and the baby being born, we were actually able to get the puppy desexed. The desexing is important for this area where there is a lot of homeless animals and stray animals about. It was important for this animal in particular to get desexed because the last thing they needed was a whole bunch of puppies after they've just gotten their second child into the home. And the accessibility to get that dog desexed at a regular vet was just inaccessible for this family at the time. They shared that through the clinic, and we then referred them on to the veterinary hospital and organised for it to be done at a waived cost. The intervention allowed this family to keep their pet, provided stability, and preserved the bond between them and their dog. I ran into them recently with a dog on leash, and baby in a hand, and the baby is extremely excited and happy about this dog. They have a great rapport. Without the access to the desexing for this family, they may have had to give the dog away due to their circumstances at the time. Although it's still a big and excited hound, the necessity for desexing in this area with so many stray animals is incredibly important as to not burden the family further. By HopeStreet and the university's support for waiving this fee, the young family can enjoy their family beginnings without added financial stresses. How this encourages pet and carer wellbeing in the area. For people living within marginalisation, accessibility to services for themselves, their families, and their animals are simply crucial while encouraging independence. Understanding the circumstances around why people living on the margins have their animals is also understanding how quick circumstances can change. Family breakdowns, relationship breakdowns, moving houses, these can all contribute to someone's circumstances changing. And it is our role to approach these circumstances with curiosity and not judgment, to build rapport and to also make sure that they are getting the best support that they deserve. Without this accessibility for the individuals in Woolloomooloo, support such as the vet support could otherwise turn into debt, having no choice to put the animal down or having to give that beloved animal away. Going on with accessibility for people on the margins. For people living within marginalisation, accessibility creates a sense of financial security, community support, and keeping their independence. The pet clinic was made to foster and support families and their animals to live and enjoy having a family animal without the fear of financial strain or judgment. The community of Woolloomooloo on the days of the pet clinic, it's the last Friday or the first Friday of every month, it buzzes. People actually just rock up and they're just like, can we please just get in today? And there is some boundaries that have to be set to remind them that this goes on a list. This is all organised and facilitated by myself and the head nurse at the time, the head vet nurse at the time. The wait list continues to get longer and longer. We get a lot of in-calls and referrals from people outside of the Woolloomooloo area, which unfortunately we can't support everyone. It's literally just me that organises it alongside the vets. So seeing everyone would be simply inaccessible. The support from the vets and HopeStreet have created monumental supportive relations for those living with disadvantage. It's supported autonomy for the families and for the individuals, and it has supported some of the city's most affected individuals. I did want to conclude this presentation with again saying a huge thanks to the University Veterinary Teaching Hospital Sydney and Camperdown, and also to Pet Barn for their advocacy and philanthropy, as well as Nell and Getting to Zero for the opportunity to share our grassroots work. So yeah, thank you for listening, everyone.